What's happening YouTube? Welcome back to a new video. It's been a very long time since I've done a video, since I've done any updates on this car, the S14. Basically wanted to put a video together today, just give an update of where the car's at, what I've been doing, why there's been no videos, etc, etc. So yeah, it's been a couple of months, I'd say. I think the last video was probably getting the S14 running properly and everything like that, getting the car actually running. So it's definitely been a few months since a video was actually made. Things have been pretty steady, and really, me personally, I've not been in the right sort of place to actually do it and keep up with work on the car. So if you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, all of that jazz, you will have seen that the car was up for sale. I want to just explain a little bit about that. Basically, earlier on this year, I had a lot of issues going on, and I think the car was a bit of a contribution to that, and it was basically putting me in a place where I didn't want to be. So I took a lot of time off from the car. There was changes to my career and stuff like that, and I wanted to try and basically better myself, get a new job, all of that good stuff, which meant the car would have to go to fund these things, these changes. Now since then, a lot has changed. I've got a new job, which I'm actually starting next week. The car wasn't for sale, like I say, but because it is a project, running project, but there's still quite a bit of work to get it to a proper driving state. There was a lot of jokers, a lot of time wasters, and people who weren't willing to pay the price, which I believe was fair price. So the car is no longer for sale. I know this has happened quite a few times on the channel, but the car is no longer for sale. The decision has been made to try and better the car and get it to a place where it's more valuable and potentially finished. That'd be nice. So I've been working on the car past couple of months, just steady away, no real timelines, no deadlines, just sort of doing work as and when and trying to enjoy it again. There's been quite a bit, so we're going to go through some of that today. I did have a good tidy up in the garage, but it's a mess again, as per usual. And I've tried to jazz it up a bit. I've got a new banner there from Big Kids Do Skids. That thing is sick. I absolutely love it. They sent a load of little extras as well. I've got like some lanyards, some stickers and some sunglasses and that. So trying to make this work area a bit better as well. Obviously when I'm in here I want it to be a positive atmosphere, like a positive place, so the work actually gets done on the car. So trying to make it a little bit better in here as well. One thing I do want to show you all before we get into like the main bits that have been done on the car recently, I just want to show you something it's really piqued my motivation this last week. I got this put together last week, and it's helped to give me so much more motivation now to see it like this. But I've managed to put the front end back on the S14, and God, it looks sick. Let's have a look. So a few wobbly shots there of the S14 with the front end back on. I think it looks absolutely sick. It's given me loads of motivation the past couple of weeks. Sorry, past couple of days. There's a lot more to do. Obviously headlights aren't fitted yet. Bumper's still in a bit of a sorry state. That needs the fiberglass finishing. But all in all, I'm happy to know that the front end fits on the car with the engine in, and I'm not going to have any issues with like the bonnet hitting the engine or anything like that, so we're safe. But just seeing the car like that, you know, it gives me so much motivation to just keep it going. It's great. I love it. I mean, I'm hoping that in the next few weeks this car will be in a place where it'll look and feel like a proper car again. So we're going to start at the back of the car. one thing that I've been wanting to do for quite a while, it's a bit dark back here, no windows, but one thing I've been wanting to do for quite a while was like single skin the boot. So by that I mean chop out the inner skin, which is over here. So that used to be part of the boot lid. I've chopped that out and it's made it a lot more lightweight, a lot more easier to take off and everything. And in the process I also fit these, I don't know if you can see that. But these are like the poppers. Instead of using pins, I'm using these now, so you just like press on it and off it comes. So it's going to make things a lot easier when I'm taking bloody boot off to do refuels and that, 'cause obviously fuel cells in the boot. So yeah, that was one thing that I've been doing. Just nice, simple little bit. Obviously, as I just showed you, body panels and everything back on the car. It didn't take too long actually. I mean, there's a lot of adjustments to be done. There's still brackets to be made for the front of the wings off the tube front area to that bit. But I'll get around to that. Need to get some gas to the welder and everything, so when I can afford that, I'll do it. One big thing that I wasn't looking forward to doing, because I did it on the old SR, was extending the wiring loom. I've actually done it, and it wasn't too bad, really. Don't like doing it, but it has to be done. So that's being extended now. I got around to it the other day and basically covered it in this heat tape. It still needs to be P-clipped to the back of the firewall there. It's pretty dark, I can't really show you. But yeah, basically every sensor on the engine needed to be extended so that the loom could run inside the car and the ECU could be inside the car, because it was actually bolted to the strut tower over there, which isn't good. Managed to finally get you won't be able to see it, but there's oil lines down there off of the block. Finally managed to route those. Got one that comes around here into the oil cooler that's positioned down there. You can sort of see it. And then comes around here to the oil filter, which you can't see, but the oil filter is down here somewhere in the dark. I do need to get some proper lighting in here because it sucks. But that is now in place. So back to the wiring as well. I've managed to, or I've tried to, best as I can, tuck the wiring underneath the inlet and everything so that it's not really on show. There is going to be the odd bit, so like this is the air temperature sensor, inlet air temperature sensor plug. That'll be on show, but the majority of it should be out the way, nice and clean and tidy. The auxiliary belt is on its way. You can't see, but there's no belt on there at the minute. And obviously to run the engine up properly, get the water pump going and everything, we're going to need that. So that is on the way. I do believe I've ordered the right size. I've measured it, and it should be the right size, so fingers crossed. That'll be sorted in the next few days. Brakes for the front, all the lines are in place now. You definitely can't see that, but I've put the lines in place. They need to have the ends put on and connected up to the braided lines on the front. Then I can bleed the brake lines, which is awesome. Clutch lines in place. I've used a S13 braided clutch line for that, which has fit perfectly. So yeah, again, that just needs to be bled up and that's good to go. Other things that have been done, I've not yet swapped the front coilovers. I've still got the front coilovers to fit. Fuel lines need to be P-clipped up to the chassis and hydro mounted. Obviously body kit needs to be all mounted up properly and everything. All the tube front end needs to be finished. But it's coming along, it's getting there. It's definitely almost to the point where we could potentially look at booking like a track night, just to give the car like a rundown, like a shakedown run almost, and see if there's any issues with it at all. The prop shaft is over at D&F Prop Shafts in Leeds currently. So those guys are working to get that all made up. Basically gone with the Nissan S14 rear from the diff to the centre bearing, and then a custom one's been made from there to the Omega box. So I've taken my old BMW shaft that I had from the E36 many moons ago, and taken also the SR20 front half as well. And what they're planning on doing is basically chopping the ends off of each of those, putting in a nice new big tube and welding those ends onto it basically at the right length. So fingers crossed that should be ready within the next week or two, which will be absolutely spot on, because then prop shaft can go in, brakes can be bled, clutch can be bled, coolant can be bled, and then this thing can actually drive for the first time in, what, 2 years? That'd be mint. So my plan for the next few weeks is to basically button up as much as I can button up, get it to a point where it is going to be safe to drive. We're just going to probably do a test drive on the road, just outside the house. It's a private road, it's a closed road, and all that. So, happy days. Fingers crossed it'll all come together. I don't know what else there is to update on at the minute, really. Car-wise, anyway. Now I've got the old jump bike over there, just getting rebuilt, and we're hopefully going to get out this week and do some riding, so I'm going to be doing a riding video at some point. But yeah, thanks to Fred for sourcing a load of parts for this. I basically had a frame and that was it. So he's managed to like find forks, wheels, everything off an old bike of his. So fingers crossed we'll get that sorted this week and we can go for a shred. That'll be mint. We can do a proper riding video again, not done one in a while. But as for the car, that's about it. So I just wanted to do a quick video, quick update, let you know what's happening. The car's not for sale just yet, but it is progressing quite quickly. Things are coming on very well. One of the next pieces I will need to be doing actually is the exhaust. So obviously the downpipe off the turbo there needs to be fabricated. So currently I've just got the pipe that comes straight off and down. It's not going to be a hood exit anymore, bonnet exit. Decided to go with a proper exhaust and not be a yob. There's that exhaust fabrication to do, which I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to do it, because like I say, I've not got any gas for the welder. So hopefully Fred's going to bring his welder down sometime this week, maybe at the weekend, and we can fabricate an exhaust. I do want to run a box in it as well, just keep things quiet, because it is really loud and obnoxious, and I'm not a massive fan. It's coming on very well, but that's just like a little update, just to show you what's going on. Again, really happy to have the front end back on. I mean, it needs some work, obviously. Still got to put all the mounts in, but just seeing the front end back on the car again is absolutely sick. It's like giving me the motivation that I need to try and get this thing rolling and moving and driving under its own steam. So yeah, next video we'll be doing will be the driving video. So it'll be, you know, getting the prop shaft, or the car video anyway. We'll get getting the prop shaft, fitting the prop shaft, bleeding everything up, and hopefully pulling the car out the garage under its own power. It's the first time ever here, but the first time in 2 years. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a sick video, sick video. So for now, thanks for watching the little update. Look forward to the next video, because it is going to be mint. It's going to be sick. So yeah, look forward to that, and yeah, I'll see you all then, I suppose, or in the biking video later on this week. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to give it a like, comment, subscribe and share and all of that good stuff. Let's try and boost the subscribers, try and get over 300 before the car actually drives. I think we're at 279 now, so yeah, whatever you can do to try and boost the channel, it will be a massive help. We'll get to 300 subs before we drive this thing in a few weeks' time. Ooh, it feels so good to say that. Right guys, thanks again, I'll see you soon.